So today we are discussing the final chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We know how Bhagavad Gita is such a amazing discussion, actually. One of the most, such a difficult time. Like Arjuna, you can see that he's going, all the Pandavas and Kauravas are already in the battlefield. They are in the war, right? And even during that war, Arjuna takes time to actually clear his doubt. The whole chapter starts from Vishada Yoga, the lamentation. Hey, Krishna, I don't want to fight. These are all my relatives. Now all the council is drawn. It's not like, they're still in discussions. Everybody's ready. They're about to shoot the arrows. But suddenly, Arjuna take back and started thinking, oh my God, whom I'm fighting? Because when Arjuna requested, Senayoru Ubhayoru Madhe, please take me. I want to see who came to fight. And when Arjuna saw his own grandfather, grand-grandfather, Bhishma, his own teacher, Drona, Kripacharya, his own brothers, I know they don't like us, but still they are my brothers. How can I fight them? Krishna, I cannot fight them. Na yotse Govinda, I don't want to fight. And he gives up. And he gave so many reasons, started giving so many reasons why not to fight. Then Krishna ignites this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita itself being the song of God. Very, very important. In the world, it is one of the famous book. If anybody goes through any difficulties in life, you just open Bhagavad Gita. It can give you such an insight. Actually, if you take really shelter of the scriptures, it really gives you such an insight. This is what actually Krishna is going to tell in this chapter. What are the benefits of Bhagavad Gita? Why one has to take shelter of this knowledge. Very, very important. So we see that from lamentation, the Vishada Yoga, Arjuna transformed. Now we are reading the Moksha Yoga to the liberation of all the lamentation he has. Right? And when it comes, when he surrenders to Krishna. Right? When he surrenders that Krishna, please, I am bewildered. Please accept me as your disciple. Right? Shikshastiham sadimam tom prapannam. When we have this mindset, I am surrender soul, then Krishna reveals. Jnana is simply like that. You cannot challenge Guru and say, hey Guru, show me God. Give me this knowledge. It doesn't work like that. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshanti ti jnanam jnanina satadarshana. Wow, you should approach Guru with humility, with service. When you serve, then you get. And you can see the expression of Krishna in this chapter also. How Krishna is so overwhelmed. He just wants to just give this knowledge because of his humility. When he's surrendered, it's not like, everything will be very nicely done. Krishna actually chastises Arjuna. You're like Napumsak. What kind of thinking you are doing? You're Kshatriya. You're a fight. Asochananva sochastvam pragyavatam sabhasase gatasun akatasum sa nanu sochanta pandita. Oh, Arjuna, you think you're pandita? You're talking so many, flabbergasted words and this and that. What is happening? But Krishna says, Arjuna, you're fool. Fool number one. Because you don't know what you are really looking for. Right? And that's why it's very, very important to surrender. Whenever we are in illusion, whenever we are in confusion, we should take shelter of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Very, very important. This is what this knowledge is all about. No matter what, I don't have time. Where I can take guidance. I am already in so much difficult. Just imagine in the war, it's about all conscious, everything is drawn. Right? In the war, somebody is still thinking to clarify this doubt. So what, excuse we can make that, I cannot, it's not for me, who is going to help me? But you need to find a shelter. When you really deep down and really hanker for the shelter, Krishna will guide. So many pastimes, Dhruv Maharaj, he would just want to see Krishna. I want to meet Krishna. No matter what, I want to fulfill my desire. Then Krishna, through his, sends Narad Muni for his guidance. Krishna will do it. Krishna will arrange it. We just to have that sincerity. Right? And that's what it's all about. And in chapter 17, I'll just recap what, that and the verse discuss about what is the faith and worship. And different modes of people. Actually, in Bhagavad Gita, it's about 190 plus verses, Krishna talks about the modes of material nature. And on this chapter also, it will continue. Because everybody is affected by these modes of nature, the tamaguna, the rajaguna and sattaguna. Anything we do, whatever we think, our actions, everything is influenced by this nature. You cannot skip. So Krishna says, even our faith is affected by this. Our worship, the mode of worship is affected by this. So it's described in 17th chapter, right? What we eat, our food, sacrifice, we do all the tapasya, also like in austerity, charity, everything we do, different mode, it gives so much in detail. Everything explains, right? And how it can be purified by Om Tat Sat. So we ultimately sacrifice everything on the name of Krishna, on the name of God. Then it becomes purified. So whenever we offer, this mantra is very, very important. Om Tat Sat, right? And now this chapter, they name like the perfection of renunciation, the Moksha Yoga. What is Moksha? What is liberation? Oh, Mukti, Mukti, I want Mukti. What actually Mukti means? Right? So different kind of jnanis, they want to merge in the Brahman. That's Mukti. Oh, I don't care, I don't believe in God. Right? Just like the Buddhist. Right? They don't believe in next birth, but they want to submerge in nullness. Nothingness. They think this mukti. But this Bhagavatam very beautiful describes what is really mukti means. Muktir hitvanyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. When you are situated in your swarupa, your real constitutional position, that's the real mukti. Unless you are in that particular swarupa, you will be bewildered again and again. So Jivira Surupo hai Krishnera Nityadas. What is our real constitutional position? That we are servant of God. And when we don't understand, and you do whatever you want, you think, oh, this is going to help me, this is going to satisfy me. Right? It's not going to happen. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yasastra vidhi musrijya vartate kama karataha nasa siddhima pavnoti na sukham na param gatim. If you don't follow the scriptures, Krishna explains, no matter what you do, Yasastram vidhi musrijya, you didn't follow the scriptures, and you speculating, I think this is right, this is supposed to be followed like that way. No. Yasastra vidhi musrijya vartate kama karata nasa siddhim. Neither you get a siddhi, nasa siddhim apavnoti, na sukham, na param gatim. Neither you get happiness, neither supreme destination. So we have to take shelter of the scriptures. Very, very important. Right? Then we can understand. So in this chapter, Krishna actually, in chapter 17 itself, actually Krishna finished all the instructions actually. Now he summarizes entire Bhagavad Gita. This is one of the longest chapters in Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna summarized everything he has discussed in this chapter. So in verse 1 to 8, Krishna summarized what is Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. He brings that again and describes in detail a little bit all the points. Then again on 19 to 40, again Krishna describes the modes of material nature, how it acts, right? And then on 41 to 55, again Krishna describes the ideal worker, and all this 4 varna, right? For varna man ashram. And then 56 to 66 about bhakti. What is pure devotional service? And at the end is 67 to 78 is the what is the benefits of studying Bhagavad Gita and the realization of Sanjaya. He is going to express in this section. So you can remember the word smile. So S for summary of Karma and Jnana Yoga, SM for mode of nature, I for ideal worker, L for love of God, and E for end results. So if you remember smile, the whole chapter, actually you understand. So the chapter begins with Arjuna again asking a question. Everyone can repeat after me. Arjuna vacha Sanyashaya Mahabaho Sanyasasya Mahabaho Tattvam Ichhami Veditum Tattvam Ichhami Veditum Tyagasya Charisi Kesha Tyagasya Charisi Kesha Prithakesi Nishudana Prithakesi Nishudana. Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, Tyaga, and of the renounced order of life, Sannyasa. O killer of Keshi demon, master of the senses. This world, these two words Arjuna uses, Rishikesha and Keshi Nishudana. Very important. How selective one is. Because Rishikesha and Keshi Nishudana represents a very certain, very deeper meaning into it. Keshi, actually, the demon that Krishna kills. So Keshi Nishudana means, oh Krishna, who killed the demon Keshi. Keshi represents doubt. Right? When we have doubt, this has to be clarified. It is said in scriptures. Because doubt, it's like a small hole on the balloon. It's like that, even in a dam. You see that there is a water dam? Even a small little hole, some small leakage. What happens? Slowly, the water starts flowing in. You spend so much money, so much effort, all this, you just see how powerful the dam is, holding so much water pressure. But this small, tiny little, like a hair hole, can destroy the entire dam. And that's a doubt. Very powerful. Can destroy it. So doubts has to be clarified immediately. That's why Arjuna using this word, Keshi Nishudana. Oh Arjuna, please. He's asking actually clarify my doubt. I don't want to be in doubt anymore. I want to clarify and have this clarity of vision. Another thing, Rishikesha. Rishikesha means the master of senses. When our mind, our senses are in control, right? Then it is very become easy. Sometimes we are so much, we are not very careful about, we are not controlled so much in senses. We don't even realize we are in doubt. First thing. First we have to control our senses. Then we can see, just like in a pond, right? If you put a small stone, what happens? There's waves that comes. When the pond is so settled, you can even see the face, right? The clear water, you can watch some video, crystal clear water, even the bottom you can see. But when you throw a stone, it's become unclear. The more you throw, it's more difficult to see. The same thing as our mind. The doubts are like that. When our senses are not controlled, very difficult to control, very difficult to clarify. Right? So that's why over here, very, very important. And the question Arjuna asks is, what is actually Tyaga? It looks like, both are same. Tyaga and sannyas. Sometimes there's a saying, Cholo Gharadar, Chodo Gharbar, Cholo Haridwar. That's sannyas, khatam, this material life, this crazy, We might think like what it is actually. It looks like same. Now then Krishna explains this in the second verse. Everyone can repeat after me. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasam Sannyasam Kavayo Viduhu Sarva Karma Phala Tyagam Prahus Tyagam Vichakshanaha. So Krishna actually says that, some vidhu means that somebody, the saints, they think. He's not giving his opinion. He says that the rishis, this is the idea they have. They're saying that, Krishna says that somebody think, Tyaga means to renounce the fruits of one work. Like I work, do some karma, but whatever I acquire, I give up. I give, right? That's a Tyaga, right? And sannyasa means to renounce both fruits and the work itself. It have nothing to do with it. So that's what people think. Then there are different kind of activities, different karma, right? Like nitya karma and kamya karma. Nitya karma is a standard prescribed duties for everyone. Even the sannyasis they have to follow. Just like for the brahmanas, right? There's a sandhya bandhan. They have to do this, right? And like devotees who have taken vows, right, who have initiated, that becomes a nitya karma. Even you take sannyas, you have to still chant minimum 16 rounds of holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? That becomes a nitya karma. You can never give up, right? And another is kamya karma. So you have some desire and you perform some kind of karma. So in our samskara, they are like, almost 16 samskaras, right? Vivaha samskara, namakarana samskara, chuda samskara, baby shower they do. All these are samskara one has to perform. So this samskara is done for certain purpose. Everybody, like, right? Some go, like there is putrishti yagya, somebody wants to have a son, right? They the putra kamashti yagya. So this kamya karma means with some desire, you perform some action, right? So these for fulfilling those desires, this has been done. So in sannyasa, what happens is one gives this kamya karma and performs nitya karma. He will give up all the kamya karma, right? But in tyaga, one performs both kamya karma and the nitya karma. Both he does, but without seeking results. Whatever, like he doesn't think about the result. Like karma nivadikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. He doesn't think about the fruits, but he works. He will do all the karma, right? And acting the results has to be given up. He knows that fruits, whatever I acquire, I have to offer. It has to be given up. So that is a tyaga, right? Both are renunciation, right? But a little bit different. So, but in these activities, right, leading to spiritual advancement, for purification, right, and liberation, they should never be given up. Any action that is purifying us for the spiritual progress, we should never give up. Never ever give up, right? And Krishna again talks about different kind of opinions different saints have, right? Tyajyam dosha vad iti etyeke. So some say that, this action, this karma kanda, they has to be given up. Because why? Because it's faulty. Because there is sometime in Vedic scriptures, there are activities like, you can, and animal sacrifices there. This dosha. The sacrifice has to be given up, right? Just like Kapila, Sankhya Muni, they follow this principle that like this kind of karma kanda has to be given up. And another one, they said, no, nat tyajet iti chapare. No, we should not give up these activities. Because it is prescribed in the scriptures. If scriptures has prescribed, it should not be faulty. Right? Why you have to give up? Because it's described. It is given to us. Right? So it should not affect any sin, or it should not be faulty. So that's why we never give up. And especially the dana, tapa and yajna. It should not be given up by Gemini, they say. And then Krishna now says, now what I think. We give all the saints what they think, what they are. Now Krishna explains what one should do. So everyone can repeat again after this important verse. Yajna dana tapa karma na tyajyam karyam evata yajna danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. So here Krishna explains that the three things one should never ever give up. Yajna, dana and tapa. So the yajna, these actually, this as Durga Devi, like last week, Prabhuji was explaining about this. What is Durga Devi holding? The Trishul. The Trishul actually represents the three tapa. Adhyatmika klesha, adhibhautika klesha, adhidevika klesha. There are three miseries in this world. Right? Adhidevika klesha, now so much hurricane, this and everything, all this is happening because of adhidevika klesha. So this can be mitigated by sacrifice. The yajnas. The yajna has to be performed to satisfy the demigods. Krishna actually prescribed those. Right? And tapa. What tapa do? It helps to control the adhyatmika klesha. Adhyama klesam in your own body and mind trouble us all the time. Actually. So people have so much psychological disease. Their own body and mind is troubling. But once when we perform this austerity, tapasya, so we have all these austerities of performing, like Ekadashi we had recently. Now this from tomorrow, as Bhagavad was telling, tomorrow Kartik begins. This is one of the most holiest month in the world. Entire month, one of the holiest. It's called Urjeshwari. The Brata, Urja, it's called Urja, but it gives you so much spiritual energy. So one performs austerity in this month has 100-fold benefits. So many scriptures has glorified this month like anything. So from tomorrow at your home, I don't know if you have some pictures of Damodar for Aarti and everything, but one has to offer Aarti Diya every single day without fail. So much benefit. You think I'm just offering a little bit Diya. No, very, very powerful. There is one story about this mouse in Hari Bhakti Bilas. He went back to Godhead because in Kartik, some offering was there given to the Lord. So he went to eat some sweets, but he, somehow it wrapped on the ghee, on the diya, and his whole body was burned. And he was like, it just became he offered like he was doing, it becomes like an offering to the Lord. And because of that, he went back to Godhead. Right? And in scriptures, there are so many references. Padma Puran, so many explain, you have to offer Tulasi to the Lord, offer ghee lamp, and you can definitely sing Damodar Ashtakam, so which every Sunday we'll be doing, right? So you can even search in YouTube, and you can play, if you don't know, you can play that and do Aarti to the Lord. Every single day, do not miss it. So this is very important. So Yajna Dana Tapa, Tapasya, we have to perform. And Krishna actually in the future is going to describe in different modes how people react on this, right? And dana. What dana does? It brings other living day, adi bhautika klesha. It reduces the adi bhautika klesha. So charity, one should never give up. In any form of shape, these three things should never given up. Right? And one should perform all these activities, Krishna says, without any attachment. Right? Without any expectation. Oh, if I do this, I'm going to get this. No. Without any expectation, you just perform. And what will happen? It's my duty to perform. And this is my final opinion, Krishna says. Right? This is very much purifying. And many people like to give up things. So, as I was saying, there are different people who the renunciation, the tyaga in different modes of material nature, right? So, in ignorance, you see that people, how they renounce, right? Because they are lazy. मेरे को करना ही नहीं है. So that's why give up. Right? Because they don't even think about it. They just give up because they don't want. They always tyagi vairagi, the lazy people. They have nothing to do in the life. They're lethargic. Right? So those say lazy, simply don't want to do anything. Anything they want to do for themselves. Nothing to anything. So all these three, the yajna, jnana, tapa is something they're not interested to it. Right? And just like at the time when Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada actually came to the West. So he has a few disciples. At a time, they were all hippies. And they were living together. Nowadays, this is the culture that is growing. So Prabhupada actually married. So you cannot do this. You have to, if you want to live together, you have to marry. But actually, in the scripture, it says that, sannyasis should not be involved in marrying, you should not even sit in the yajna, the sannyasis. Especially, but actually, Prabhupada describes that actually it's a mode of ignorance to not to do that. To establish dharma, one should perform this yajna, rather than the whole society going upside down. You cannot make it happen. So somebody says, it's my duty, it's not my duty, it's not that part. That's actually in the mode of that tyaga. It's not my part. You just, renunciating that sacrifice. Actually, these are the mode of ignorance. So one has to perform. And another is in Rajaguna. What happens? They like to do, like, they prescribe duty, but they think like, oh, it's so much troublesome. They know this has to be performed, but too much hassle, right? They fear of, for example, rising up early. Too cold. Now winter is going to start, right? It's going to start now. Oh, waking up early, too much, I have to take bath. Oh, no, again, I have to do this. See, this become fear of body. Now people again, so busy they are. They cook for whole week. Put in a freeze. Easy, warm up. One up in the microwave. That's a mode of passion. Right? They give up even cooking. Right? Why? Because too much, I can warm up. Or like one of my friend, his Jewish friend, he said like, it's so much to cook. I don't want to cook. It's better to buy from outside. See, otherwise when I cook, I have to clean the pots. Too many work. I want to eat Mexican today, I want to Chinese. I have varieties outside. Why too much hassle? I don't have, my kitchen is always clean, nice, right? Why I have to worry, right? I have varieties. So this is a mode of passion. They have this idea. So they renounce of doing cooking, right? These are the people, they have that mindset. And a Sattaguna actually perform because it must be done. The Sattaguna mindset is, I know it's difficult, but it's supposed to be done. So we have to do it. Just like parents, is a mother. I see, like even my wife, when the child is born, no matter what time it is, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it doesn't matter, whole day, not sleep, still taking care of baby. Why? Because I have to do it, right? That's a mode of goodness actually. It's like, oh, it's too much. I don't want to have a baby. Too much hassle. Oh my God. People even think like that nowadays. That's the world. Why I need to get married? People think. Nowadays, that's why living together in India is also very popular. Because there might be chance of getting divorced. Oh, having children, too much responsibility. I don't want to take too much responsibility. See, there's a fear. There's a mode of passion. Right? That's what is happening. But in mode of goodness, people, Prabhupada actually given examples, just like people work in mode of goodness also. Prabhupada says, a man in the Krishna consciousness working in factory does not associate with the factory, nor the workers. He simply works for Krishna. Right? So there was one devotee called Jayananda Prabhu. And actually, if you have visited Rath Yatra, you have seen the painting of Jayananda Prabhu. So he was the temple president of one of the temple. And they were financially so much struggling, and he was driving the taxi whole day, and whatever he was earning, he was maintaining the temple like that way for preaching. Prabhupada was so happy. But this is actually that's a mode of goodness. Tukaram Maharaj actually, when Shivaji Maharaj wanted to surrender, I want to take sannyas. When he came to Tukaram, no. They said, you do your duty. You're Kshatriya. That is a real renunciation, to perform your duty, right? And actually, he forgot that. He followed him and became one of the big acharya, right? And how one can be free from bondage to karma yoga, right? Nahi deha brita shakyam tyaktyum karmanya aseshataha yastu karma phala tyagi satyagitya vidhiyate. It is indeed impossible for an embodied being to give up all activities, but he who renounces the fruit of action is called one who has truly renounced. Actually, Krishna, in the beginning, in the other chapter also, Krishna explains that one cannot, be idle. You will be doing something. Nahi kaschit chanam api jatu tishta karmate krit. Right? Nahi suptasya singhasya mukhate mriga. Even the lion, he thinks, oh, I am the king of the jungle. So all the deers and everybody has to come to my mouth. Right? No, it doesn't. He also has to hunt. Right? That's why every moment everybody will be doing something. Nahi kaschit chanam api jatu tishta karma krit. Everybody forced by karma tehe vasha karma. Sarva prakriti jai kune. The three modes of material nature is make them dance. Make them dance. You want it, you don't want it. But you are dancing actually. Right? You are forced You have to do it. But when you perform the action, right, it has to be, you have to give up all the fruits of action. And so that's the Prabhupada writes, there are many, many members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness who work very hard in their office or in the factory or some other place, and whatever they earn, they give to the society. Such highly elevated souls are actually sannyasis. Prabhupada says, even these people who are working, actually they should be considered as sannyasis. Even Prabhupada says, actually even the grihasthas, every day they're waking up, they have their own responsibility of their deity worship they're doing. They're actually considered as sannyasis, Prabhupada says. Right? So, and are situated in the renounced order of life. It is clearly outlined here how to renounce the fruits of work and for what purpose fruits should be renounced. Right? And then in Prabhupada, Krishna now start explaining the 5 actions. Is sometimes we might think that I am the doer. I am doing it. Everything by my effort. Everything happened because of me. Right? People think like that. So because of this ahankara, just like Muhammad Ali, he was champion of boxing. And he says, I am the greatest. Now he can even lift. I may be dead. But when United States, he has a Parkinson's disease. He couldn't even lift a cup. It's shaking. And he says, I'm fool to think like that. So sometimes it's our mentality. When we are strong, we have so much influence, we think that I'm God. We were reading actually in Bhakti Vriksha. All these kings, they used to think, what? Because they were so powerful. Now, before, the kings used to follow the scriptures. They follow God as a main in charge. But when these kings, they start thinking that I am powerful. Look at how many people I'm controlling. They are replacing God slowly. And that becomes the point of falling. That's what it is. Sometimes we may think, I am the doer. I am doing everything. This ahankara actually destroys by Krishna here. So we actually, karta, the soul, is only 1/5 of the whole thing. Right? So, just like, when we think that, I did this so much, like this projector. I'm so much attached to this projector. Now, some kids, or my son, broke it. I'll be telling him all the time, morning to evening, you broke this projector, you broke it, because I'm so much attached to this. But if by mistakenly I have done it, I did it, I broke it, what, I'm going to slap it myself? You might think, but you give up. Why? Because you don't think you are a doer at that time. But when you're attached, that, this is my thing, I created it, you're so much attached, then your ego, that acts on it. Then that's what Krishna says, no, you're not only the doer. These are the 5 things that act. You are just 1/5 of that action. See? Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidham vivedascha prithak cheta cheshta daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the 5 factors of action. Right? So we see that in this world, so many things are happening. Sun is rising, the grains are growing from the earth. Right? But still we think that, I am the doer. You see, so many, just think, without us, so many things are happening. So many things are happening, like cooking, devotees are like even we think in a temple. Many things already taking place. I think like, I am the doer, I am managing the whole temple. No. Right? It's foolish to think. Even without me, things will happen. Right? There were so many leaders before. There were so many kings before. This king is not there. What is going to happen? Continue. Like if we think like India, if Mr. Modi will not be there, what is going to happen? Somebody will come. Right? It will happen. Right? Just like we think that somebody gave you a land, somebody gave you water, a pump, and somebody gave you a seed. Now you just put a seed on the garden, give the water, and you think, look at that, what I'm growing, wow, look at this. This is the nature, we think. God has given all these facilities, right? And these, what we have to think, these are so that's why even we might desire. For example, I think, oh, I want to do this. But if your body is not right, I want to run like a marathon, but your body is 80 years old, can you run? Even you have desire, you cannot. Now you're young, but you want to do chest, you want to put some endeavor, but you're sick. Can you put that power? You see, if Krishna doesn't desire again, there is Deva, everything is there. All the senses are active, everything is there. But if the Deva doesn't desire, no matter what you do, I want to go to India, I have money, I have flight ticket, everything. But if God doesn't desire, you cannot go to Vrindavan. Something will going to happen, So exactly like that. So we think, oh, I'm a doer. That's why this mentality actually Krishna destroys. And then, I'll skip because of time. So different Krishna starts explaining, and based on different modes of material nature, right? How people act. How the jnanam, the people see that in sattva, right? How they see in mode of goodness, things, right? Sees the same type of soul in all living entities. That's a mindset. They don't differentiate. Right? Vidya vinay sampanne brahmanya kavi hastini shuni chaiva supakecha pandita samadarshina. A pandit, what he says? He says soul in every living entity. Shuni chaiva supakecha. When a dog eater, dog, cow, trees, a human being, a brahmana, everyone has the same. That's a mode, knowledge and a mode of goodness. Right? And in mode of passion. Right? What is things? Oh, he is my enemy. Oh, he's my friend. He helped me last time. He differentiates. Oh, here is advantage. Right? So he differentiates in that way. That's a mode of Rajaguna. Right? And in Tamaguna, he have all this relationship. What? Sees no soul. One is sense gratification. Ye victim se मैं क्या use करता हूँ? Bhog. I want to, what is benefit for me from this person? Otherwise he rejects. Right? He's not envious to anybody, but how can I use him? That's tamaguna. And another is karma, right? Action. So goodness, the effort is regulated by Shastra. What they do? Follow the Shastra. Shruti smritir puran adi pancharatra vidimbina ekanter harit bhakti utpataya bakalpade. Goswami says that even you doing bhakti, you think I am doing Hari Bhakti. But Goswami says, if you don't follow the scriptures, Shruti Smritir Puran Adi Pancharatra Vidimbina Ekanter Hari Bhakti. Even Hari Bhakti becomes what? Utpataya Kalpate. It just creates havoc. Nothing else. So important. That's why the goodness people, they will follow. Oh, why I have to chant? Oh, because of scriptures. Why I have to do this? Because of they take the shelter of Shastra. Right? Very, very important. And the mode of passion, the effort is unregulated, overwhelming desire to enjoy. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't do. They all about looking for enjoyment. That's what the mindset. And ignorance, they don't care about Shastra. Right? They perform in illusion and they only cause violence and distress to others. That's what it is, right? So only their concern of the knowledge is what? Eating, sleeping, sex and fighting. That's what they want. Right? Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithunamsa. That's what the tamaguna, their interest is. Right? And karta. So in goodness, the performer who works without false ego. Right? They work without false ego. And with determination and enthusiasm. And steady in both success and failure. Right? Krishna says, Sukha dukhe samakritva labha labho jaya jayo. They are even there is success, he doesn't care. He's not affected. He's not overwhelmed. The passion, the mode of passion, what happens? When they have money, they're victorious, they go crazy. Yes or no? They become mad. Right? And when failure, frustration. I want to suicide now. Bekar dunya, like I worked so hard, they become so frustrated. There's a mode of passion. They work hard like a donkey. Again, passionate energy. They are determined too, right? Works with furtive desire, with greed, envy, and lack of cleanliness. Not steady in both success and failure. In both situations, they act so whimsical. And in ignorance, what happens? That obstinately goes against authority. They don't care about authority. I'll do what I want. what please me, I don't care, and they're lazy, dejected, right? Very lazy, procrastinating. आज नहीं, कल करूँगा मैं, bro. मैं plan. I wrote few books. I'm gonna read this book. I'm gonna go gain all this knowledge and everything. This is only think, but never open the book. It's still in the plastic all the time. A whole life is just thinking. That's a mode of ignorance, right? And they will try to cheat and insult others, right? So, but this mode of goodness, they work with determination. Just like there's a bamboo in Japan. Till 5 years you water, nothing comes out, nothing. You just give up. Those people are there, waste of time. But the Sataguna, they will keep watering. But it says after 5 years, in 2 weeks, the bamboo goes 15 feet high. In 2 weeks, just imagine. Because it's developing its roots first in the 5 years. Right? That's why Sataguna doesn't give up. They're not frustrated, just like Lord Ramachandra. What happens? When tomorrow you're going to be king. Right? What happened? Go to jungle. It's okay. See, he was not affected. I'm supposed to be king. How can you remove me now? You promised me, He had nothing like that. Right? That's a mode of goodness. Right? That's what it is. And you can see Tamaguna, Duryodhana and Ravana. Everybody instructed them. Everybody told them. But always envious. Always want to destroy, cheat, insult. How, somehow, if somebody is like Pandavas are my enemy, Duryodhana. They are sad. This give me the best pleasure. That is the best thing. The story about this person who pleased the Lord Shiva, and got a boon. That please, Lord Shiva, bless me. Whatever I ask, you fulfill me. Yeah, tathastu. You desire, you get. But only one condition. Your enemy is going to get double. No problem, that's fine. I want a big mansion. Boom, one big mansion. The neighbor has 2. Huh? Oh no. I want big Ferrari. Zoom, the car came over there. 2 cars, 2 Ferraris. One Mercedes and one Ferrari. What is this? I want to Miss World. Beautiful wife as a wife. Over here comes Miss Universe and Miss India. Right? What is this? And he says, oh my Lord, pluck one of my eyes. You see that? That's the nature of the Tamaguna. Because why? You already know. Because he wants to do both eyes. He cannot see somebody's happy. I know I have everything. Everything I have for my satisfaction. But uske paas, ye mere ko seh nahi ho raha. I cannot tolerate this. You millionaire. But he cannot become millionaire. That's the nature. And we become destructive. Right? And also Krishna explains again 3 different kind of understanding, determination, and 3 type of happiness. So in goodness, what is we can distinguish what is right and what is wrong. Because in mode of goodness, the clarity, the thought is very well. Because the mind, as I said, is very settled, like very crystal clear. Chetu darpana marjanam. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes that when our mind is very clean, crystal clean, right? That's why we are clean the mirror. And when you look at a mirror, I'm so ugly. First clean the mirror, then you see how you are. Right? So that's why that's why when the mind goodness, you can really distinguish what this is wrong, this is right. What I'm making a decision, is it right or wrong? You cannot actually figure out. We think I'm doing right. I'm making so much nice. Why is there somebody so upset? Why? But you don't know what you're doing. Because you have no clarity of thoughts. You think you're so doing good, right? But your mind has to be settled very right way. And passion, they cannot distinguish right from wrong. So sometimes they make a wrong choices. And passion. Ignorance, mistakes, even right, they think is wrong. Like there's a Duryodhana, there's a saying, Janami dharmam na chame pravritti. Jadami adharmam chame pravritti. I know what is dharma is, but I have no inclination to it. I have no interest in dharma. But I know this is adharma, but I love it to do it. This is the nature, right? And determination of these people, right? Unbreakable determination to achieve liberation by sense control. They have this dridita. I want to In this lifetime, I want to see Krishna. I want to see Krishna this lifetime. You have to have that determination. But Goswami says this determination and patience, both are so important. You have to work hard for practicing bhakti. We should never be lazy. No procrastination, right? And passion in that mood, what unbreakable determination they have. I want to get it out. They have that. And to achieve sense gratification, economic development, and mundane religion. What the passion is for? No spiritual interest. Dhanam dahi, putram dahi, Om Jaya Jagadish Hare, Swami Jaya Jagadish Hare. Nothing for love. I want dehi, de do, Bhagwan. Every day you just asking, right? That's the mode of passion. People worship. That's what's called puja. That's why puja and bhakti is very different. That's why puja is done for demigods. For Lord Krishna is done bhakti. You don't do puja to the Lord. You do bhakti, you perform bhakti. And the ignorance cannot go beyond dreaming, as I said. Only sapne mein jeete hain wo log. Just dreaming. I became a millionaire. I have this. I have everything in a dream only. Don't do anything. No determination. No, I have to work because you have to take a step. But they have no determination this. And 3 types of happiness. In goodness, in the beginning, is poison. To wake up early is tough. I wish I want to sleep a little bit. The wake up, take bath, do the chanting, right? It's hard to chant 2 hours of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's difficult. I'm telling you, it's very, very difficult. It's not easy. But they have that, and that's why the poison in the beginning, but nectar at the end. You feel that bliss. And the passion, nectar first, pura enjoy, paisa mil gaya bas, and suffering comes later, right? Poison later. And ignorance, only illusory hope for nectar. Poison from the beginning to the end. Arises from intoxication sleep, right? What do you think? Oh, I'm so stressful. But this cigarette is giving me so nice. Taking marijuana, drinking. Look at how beautiful it is. Life is so nice, so wonderful. They're taking poison in the beginning. And later also there's frustration. That happens. That's in a mode of ignorance. Just like in a camel. Have you seen a camel? When they eat the cactus, and the blood actually oozes on their mouth. And he starts enjoying his own blood and the cactus. And think, wow, such a good. But actually they're chewing their own blood. Right? That's what's the tamaguna mindset. Right? And then Krishna starts describing how all these activities is performed in the 4 varna. Right? In the Brahmana, they work in very peaceful, sama, dhamma, tapa. These are the quality of Brahmana: self-control, austerity, pure tolerance, honest, knowledgeable, and wise and religious. And Kshatriya, they works by being heroic, powerful, determined, resourceful, courageous in battle, and generous and dominant. And Vaishya works as farm, cow protection, and trade. And Sudra works for serving all the 3 others. These are. So every endeavor is covered by some fault. Krishna says, anything you do, just like you want to create fire, smoke will be there. But when you keep blowing, the smoke will go away. So you have to keep doing. Just like a fire is covered by smoke, therefore one should not give up the work born of his nature. O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault. You have that nature, you try to enhance it. You try to perfect it. Oh, it's, something is happening, smoke is coming. I don't want to cook. Just like my kids are like that. Balram, do something. Oh, something happened. Already give up. No, you continue. Right? Then things, for example, like you want learning alphabets, for example. Why is it's not going straight all the time? It's going here, there. You try. Right? Practice make man perfect. In the same way, one should not give up. Even if it's faulty, one should continue. And now Krishna explains that how one can now attain the Brahman platform. This is the confidential knowledge. This is talking about Paramatma. When there Krishna explained, Prabhupada actually talks about this Yoga Ruddha. What happens is this kind of sannyasis who give up all the doer mentality and work and attachment to the result work. And when that sannyasi perfects his sadhana over time, and then he gives up the work completely. So they call yogarudha. This is the second type of sannyasi, right? So first they perform work and they give all this fruitive result, right? Then later they have some certain sadhana they perform, and over time they give up and become sannyasi. And then comes to the Brahman platform, they come. So in the stage of Brahman Bhuta, Brahma Bhuta Prashannatma na Shochanti na Kankshati Shama Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhakti Labate Param. So Krishna says that, like, this person who comes in the Brahma Bhuta stage, right, is devoid of all the material modes. Already he is out of beyond the modes and become fully joyful. Brahma Bhuta Prashannatma. He is prasanna. He is so happy all the time. And pure soul. And what happens to this Brahma Bhuta person is, after attaining Brahma Bhuta, one attain pure bhakti by Mad Bhakti Labate Param. Right? And Krishna now explains what happens one who works in Krishna consciousness. What happens? We perform all our activities in Krishna consciousness. So Krishna tells in this verse 58, Machita sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi atha chitvam ahankaran na shroshyasi vinakshasi. So Krishna says, Machita sarva durgani. If you perform the work, thinking of me, for me, right? All the impediments, durgani, all the impediments will be taken away. I will give that prasad that you can take away. You will overcome all the difficulty in your life. 100%. Daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duratya. This material nature is so difficult to overcome. But one who comes to me, prapadente mayamitam tarantite, easily overcome by my blessings. So first thing happens, by result of working Krishna consciousness, you will be blessed. It will be very easy for you to go over all this durgani, the impediments, and athachitattam ankara. So, but you have to do result of not following. If you say that, oh Arjuna, I will do whimsically myself, I'm not going to fight a war. Krishna says you can do it, but if you do by your own false ego, right, and you will be lost. Krishna says you will be lost. Vinakshasi. Right? Then in 61-62 Krishna says, because Lord Krishna sanctioned the desire of living entity to wander and provides the facility to fulfill the desire, therefore take shelter of him. We should take shelter of him. You will get Param Santim and Supreme Abode. Both you will get. You will get peace and going back to Godhead. Right? So then now Krishna explains that now I gave all this knowledge. So this is one of the beauty about Krishna. He does not force. Because love is not done by force. Here Krishna actually finished Bhagavad Gita actually. Here by saying, now Arjuna, I gave you all this knowledge. Ititte jnanamakyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vrimshedyaitadase sena Yathechasi tathakuru. So now Krishna says, I have explained you all this knowledge, the more confidential knowledge I have given. Right? Now it's your duty. Now you do whatever. Yathechasi tathakuru. Do whatever you want. You make a decision now. You think, whatever I have said, now you make a decision. It's very, very important. Oh, I gave you this, you don't force. Right? That's not love. Love has to come naturally, right? And then why Krishna says that, now Krishna does actually, it ends here, but he says that because you're my friend, I want to give you more knowledge. Now I'm going to share you the most confidential knowledge. Now he starts, Vakshami, tato vakshami hitam. I'm gonna say this most confident knowledge to you. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vashyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. So Krishna says, always think of me. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Become my devotee. I know that in the world you will be devoted to someone. But Krishna says, become my devotee. Some people devout to now the cricket players. Oh, I love Sachin. They worship like Amitabh Bachchan. They're even making altars of Amitabh Bachchan. They worship. They have some kind of devotion. But Krishna said, become my devotee. Right? Mad bhakto madhyam jimam namaskuru. You offer obeisances to me. Do namaskar to me. Right? In that way, you will come. I promise you will come to me. Just skip because time is. And this is the final verse of Bhagavad Gita. Now Arjuna might think, oh, there are so many dharmic duties. I have this dharma, there are so many sinful contamination. What can I do? Right? Then Krishna gives the final verdict. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. So Krishna says, Sarva dharman parijat, abandon all the varieties of religion, gave up everything. Mam ekam sharanam braja, one is surrendered to me. Aham tum sarva papebhyo, I will take care of all your sins. Ma suchaha, do not be afraid. Oh, Krishna take care karega, nahi karega. Oh, no, Krishna says, Ma, so don't be afraid. I will take care. Everything will be taken care. So we'll skip a little bit so that, because time is over. So Krishna talks about actually whom the Bhagavad Gita, the next verses, he gives the knowledge that whom this knowledge has to be given and whom not to. And then now the realization of Arjuna. Now he gives his realization. Nashto moha smriti labdhva tat prasadan maya chuta stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Now Krishna says, Arjuna says, Nashto moha, all my illusion is gone. Krishna, Nashto moha smriti, now is everything clear. Right? Tat prasada maya chuta, you gave this prasad. Right? Sidosmi gata sandeha, all my illusion is gone. Now, karishye vachanam tata. Whatever you are going to say, Krishna, I am going to do. That should be our final verdict. So these are all realized. Now Sanjay actually realized. Now this is the final verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhurvanitir Matir Mama. Whenever, everybody can repeat this sentence, we can finish it. Whenever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. So when we have Krishna and Arjuna in our life, all these four things will flow. So with that, Bhagavad Gita ki, Krishna Arjun ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So that's all summary, surrender, that's a whole chapter. So I don't want to go, we don't have time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. There's an announcement. We don't have time for questions. So next time. Hare Krishna.